You are now listening to the Backseat Critics, the movie review podcast.
What's up, you guys? It's Cartier Bob back again with another.
And welcome back to the Backseat Critics. My name's RJ.
My name is Andrew. This is a podcast where we talk about movies.
And relationships?
Not relationships.
I mean, I guess we could go there a little bit, but not really.
No.
No, not tonight.
Not tonight.
Relationships tonight.
Welcome, everybody, to the very first crossover into the podcast multiverse. We got the Play No Games podcast. I'm Cartier Bob.
I'm RJ.
You guys are your own things.
Yeah, thank you. We're great.
Aren't you guys going to introduce yourself?
I'm Koss.
And I'm the amazing Andrew. Thanks for skipping over me.
What? Y'all, this is a new Andrew.
This is the Backseat Critics, Andrew.
Yeah,
you're on the show.
Yeah,
He's
get
a little
into
dog
it.
in him.
Oh, okay. Well, today, I think it's, I think the Play No Games podcast, we want to be on more podcasts to get more exposure because, you know, we play no games and we got tasked to do some interesting things. So I'm going to give it to the Backseat Critics and we're about to do it.
Wow, he's giving us the keys.
So,
Hey,
what?
number one. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so first of all, as you all know, the oppressor, Dictator Bob here. We're going to give him a chance to clear his name finally. And we are in the palace of Dictator Bob, where he will not let us put a hole in the wall. The people want to know why not.
Well, you know,
That's not a good enough answer.
that's
Unacceptable.
very funny. Well, I'm going to address you both as, you know, respectively from your own podcast. You know, let's just say when you both cross over into our world, the reason why Cartier Bob doesn't want certain things in
Dictator
this
Bob?
studio is
Dictator Bob?
because there's things we got to keep pristine. I'll say that.
And a hole's not
It's going to
pristine.
cut out this whole section.
Oh,
I know
no,
it.
we're keeping it. That's fine.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, sweet.
'cause we're going to get the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Can we put this up to the vote to the people then?
Nah, the people don't want this.
Yeah, they want a hole in the wall, so then that way you have better sound, better quality.
Yeah.
I will say this to, you know, start the new year. A lot of new things will be going on here, but how the size of the hole in said wall will be.
I feel like you're a little nervous. You got to put it on the spot here.
Oh no, this is fine. I'm from Play No Games. I get my head's on a swivel at all times. AJ see me work. AJ see me work.
He's working the board. He doesn't have time to answer you.
But I think one thing before we really get into it, which I think what a lot of people should just know from our Play No Games family, is what's the Backseat Critics all about? Like,
Good question. We are about doing terrible movie reviews because that's what we're here for.
It's just putting ourselves through the pain of watching an hour and a half, 2 hour horrible movie and then talking about it.
Like a fever dream.
Yeah.
That we just went through
Exactly.
and put you through.
Yep.
And cost through.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Can we talk about that Cyclops bird thing?
No?
Can we talk about it getting its eye painted?
Yes.
And that
seems horrible.
In
that
the
was one of the
film to
scenes that
a
stuck out
chest.
for me. Yeah.
And then
Please.
shoved into a closet.
And no one's going to. And then the guy's just like, oh, the bird should be back by now?
Monsters deserve love too.
Yeah.
And this movie is just like, no, screw you. You're a monster.
Yep. Ghouls, goblins, they don't care.
I definitely think the people's got to know what we're giving our movie critics about. But I will say, yeah, no monsters left behind.
Do you got another one? You put one up, so I expected number two.
Oh no, I was just saying that.
Okay.
At least we got.
I saw one. I was
You know, I
like,
talk
two
with
is
my hands.
coming.
You know, I talk with my hands. You know, I'm part Italian.
Well, usually there's a two that follows. I was expecting the two.
one, two.
Yeah, there we go. Where's the two?
There was no two. No, it was just, but
I fell
no.
that down.
Shame.
It's like a wet pancake over here.
Sometimes. So, I think Backseat Critics, what you guys do. A couple more questions for anything else before y'all do a total takeover.
Oh no, you're good.
I'm just curious, when did this all start, and what's the goal and the dream?
Ooh. So Andrew and I actually had a podcast. We started talking about podcasts a while ago.
Yeah, I think we started off with like YouTube videos.
Video game reviews, I think we were looking into. We were looking at playing
Initially,
video game, or just looking at video games, old play, the retro video games, giving out the reviews for there.
Yeah.
And that was our first step, was doing that. And then we thought about Disneyland hacks, like little short videos of Disneyland hacks, but that can only go so far.
Yeah.
You can only get so many views because there's only so
And you
many
gotta have
hacks.
money to go to Disneyland.
Yep. And so then we both like movies, and there's a lot of great bad movies out there.
And we both love horrible movies.
And so here we are talking about horrible movies.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the perfect.
Actually, if you want to go back even further, it started in high school with that was it the End Footwear?
Yes. So actually
We did a commercial for English class. I don't remember if you were in that.
We-
And to avoid any sort of copyright infringement by the actual company, we sent it to the company saying like, hey, this is for a school project. It's on YouTube, but we're not trying to infringe on your stuff. And they brought us in. They had us like start up a couple more projects. They gave us some like free merch, stuff like that.
we actually won a contest of theirs and won each 3 pairs of free shoes each.
We didn't even know we entered. We were just trying to avoid being sued.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all pretty interesting.
It's a legit commercial for what it is for 2 high school kids. It's like actually like legit.
Crappy.
Crappy quality video,
Yeah.
but from what it was, it would have been like a legit commercial these days. Like if someone put it on TV, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is a good commercial.
Oh,
Not to toot my own horn. We talked about tooting horns earlier, but
Hey, you can toot
here we
your
go.
horn.
I'm tooting my horn about it.
please,
in footwear.
please.
There we
It
go.
was an okay commercial.
For 2 high school kids, that's pretty dang good.
4 out of 10.
Hey,
Room for improvement.
on a rainy day in high school with a below average actor, I think we did okay.
Were you the actor?
I was the actor.
You can't speak curses about yourself.
Okay, for an actor, it was a great disappointment. I was still great though. So don't forget that. Was still great.
So, I think because hopefully, most importantly, crossover. Tell us about where it all began, why you guys are all doing this. I think the best opportunity for people to experience the Backseat Critics is to be a part of the criticizing. So, y'all tasked with something. So, I'm going to pass it over to you guys.
Well, we always like to add a little tagline to everything. So the tagline, I think, in this one is, what happens when the Backseat Critics take on
A fever dream?
a fever dream?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Backseat Critics take on Ohio.
Oh, that's good.
Cincinnati.
Takes on Cincinnati.
Cincinnati solves everything.
I don't know if we have
That
any
was-
listeners in Cincinnati yet.
I hope
Yeah.
not.
Whoa. Not anymore. If we did, then they're gone.
But are we gonna start with that? Talk about the love fest for Cincinnati in this movie?
oh, we have what we like to do. 2-minute
Okay.
summary.
All right, 2-minute summary.
2 minutes.
2-minute summary. You guys can feel free to hop in whenever you want to.
But we usually kind of keep it tight, quick.
Okay. 2-minute summary of, or can I?
You can start. If you
You
want to start, feel free. Go ahead.
Go
and
ahead.
start.
But you have 2 minutes. We'll cut you off.
2 minutes. What's the, oh,
Do you got
Babes
a
in
timer?
Toyland.
Someone got a timer? Yep,
All right.
Babes in
I'll
Toyland.
keep it short.
Okay.
So the movie we are reviewing today
Oh, gosh. We're not getting done in 2 minutes.
is
Now with Rob talking.
Lord have mercy.
F off. F off. Is Babes in Toyland.
And time's up.
Nah, fuck off. Babes in Toyland, right?
Babes
Yep.
in Toyland.
All right. I want to make sure. So
1986.
1986.
Because there's a 61 version.
Okay, so 2-minute summary. So the movie is about white privilege.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
No, there was some oppression going on. Long story short,
It's in Cincinnati, though. So, I mean,
about a little girl who went to Toyland, and there was a problem in the Toyland, and then there was a Grinch type of a person, and then there were kids riding and ghost riding the whips and like cookie cars, and then there
Ghost
was
riding the whips.
they were ghost riding the whips. And there was a neglectful Santa Claus who could have stopped this earlier but didn't because he was
Lazy.
dick.
And he was Mr. Miyagi, which blew my mind when I first saw him on
And
screen.
Asian Santa.
I wrote in my notes, Asian
Okay,
Santa,
wait.
question mark.
100% down
Wasn't he
for
just
it.
a toy maker for Santa?
He was Santa.
He was Santa.
Because
They
at
just
the
went
end,
by a different
I
name.
thought he was just a toy maker as well, but then at the end, he's Santa.
Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got the whole outfit. He's got the
He
wooden
takes
reindeer.
you got the reindeer and everything.
He's just delivering the toys to Santa.
No.
It's just a front.
No.
No, he's
fine.
actually Santa. He's going by a different name. Just like Father Christmas is also Santa Claus. It's just
He's
Santa
funny.
by a different name.
Yeah. And,
Anyways,
Less
2-minute
Coca-Cola.
review.
yeah. And Hanukkah and Kwanzaa is all Santa Claus, right?
100%.
Yeah.
It's got
I'm just playing. I'm playing, everyone. I'm messing around.
And we just lost more followers. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're okay. We're used to it.
Just don't upset Ireland. We've got like 3 loyal listeners in Ireland. We don't want
If
to
you
lose
mess up with Ireland, man, we just lost everything.
We love you, Ireland.
Peter Griffin.
Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland?
We don't.
Northern?
We know. Okay.
They
I
know
didn't
their
know.
demographics.
Ooh. Okay.
Don't mess with Ireland.
All right, but that's my 2-minute review.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that was below 2 minutes, maybe, give or take.
That's it.
What, you got more? No?
Do you have a better take?
If you can do a better 2-minute review, let's do it.
Yeah. It's a pretty low bar.
So this movie was based in Cincinnati, like they said, but
I'm kidding.
it was about a young lady who loses her mind in the process of running into a tree and falling victim to a false world called Toyland, where there was goons and goblins and random people and things everywhere that you would think would be toys, but they were alive. And the whole goal of this movie was to save Toyland through love, which I think goes back into what Rob started in the beginning, that we could probably find love in this movie, from this movie
Right
into
in
this
the credits.
podcast. But in the end, love conquers all, just like we do at Play No Games, because love conquers all. So that was a review of the movie.
Wow, very technical. Very. Oh, are you getting a 2-minute review, Cost?
Ooh.
Wait, does everyone give their 2-minute review, or is it a total?
Oh,
Can
no,
we
it's just
can we
a total.
Can we
It's a
just
total.
jump in just really quickly?
Yes.
She's dead. She's 100% dead. She flew out of that.
She is shot out of that Wrangler. Out the bog of the.
And then
Flies
she
down a
slides.
hill.
She slides
She's-
down
yeah.
a hill on a
She hits the
sled.
Jeep.
Yeah.
You know
So
she's
she
going
hits the
fast.
tree.
I wrote it in my notes. I said, shot out of the Wrangler. One of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Sliding down, impact upon tree, back skull,
Dead.
soft part of the skull. She should be dead.
She's not dead.
And where was the seatbelt in all this?
It's Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Everything's okay in Cincinnati.
Everything, in the Emerald City, everything's okay.
I know where Cost is going to be moving to now.
Yeah.
God bless him.
The lawlessness.
Go ahead.
Give me 2 minutes. Let's
Two
see.
2 minute. Okay. So yeah, this is a story about a young girl driving home with her sister and her sister's friends as she's shot out of a back of a Wrangler, hits her head, transports into a Toyland, and she stumbles upon a marriage. Some would say a sexual misconduct marriage, if we may even say so, of an old man trying to
No,
marry.
she's totally legal.
You think Mary's totally legal?
She's 18.
No.
I don't know.
Not
Maybe
at all.
16. Maybe 16, 15. But this old guy named Barnaby trying to marry her. But Jack, our hero who is it Jack?
Yes.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack is played by Keanu Reeves, is who Mary really loves. And the whole story is about getting them together and getting rid of Barnaby. And at the end, it's about believing.
In segregation.
And it's about the
Poor
little girl.
monsters.
What's the little girl's name? Molly?
Lisa.
Lisa. It's about Lisa believing in the toys. And that set her free, and she woke up from her dream. It was all just a dream at the end. And I had one question. Did you guys notice, did she not recognize that her sister was in Toyland? Or like that any
She
of the
didn't
characters...
recognize that any of these people
Okay,
were
yeah,
Jack.
Jack or Georgie or
Like
the evil
that all the
Barnaby?
characters in Toyland were people from her real life?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking about that the whole time.
Yeah, no, fever dream.
Fever
Also,
dream.
The villain's got a little like coke nail going on.
Yeah.
100%.
Pimp
I-
now.
I literally wrote that in my notes as
Coke nail.
favorite costume, the coke nail.
Oh, we jumped into the costumes.
Okay, we can go into costumes.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Hop into the costumes. So,
Yeah,
all
we'll
right.
just talk about top 3 favorite costumes in this movie.
Ah, damn.
This is one of our segments. Top 3 favorite costumes. Let's see. Put it on the spot. There we go.
I'll start. I had Barnaby and his coke nail. And then
Mm.
I also had the animals that were in Toyland because it was
wait,
very
wait. Which one?
all of them,
Wait, which one?
all of the animals. And then I
Which
said,
costume? We're talking top 3 costumes.
no, there were 3. It was a bunny, a bear, and a teddy bear or a bunny. And I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, but
This
which
man
one?
wasn't even looking at the frog that looked like from Frog.
Or the frog. No,
But
I
the
said
Sherlock Holmes frog?
no. They were all
That
all
frog looked
bought
like
from the same warehouse. That was my point. That it was all a high school level
that
type
frog
of
looked
play.
like the frog from Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Oh,
I just-
yeah.
Looked 100% like that.
I understand this was 1986, but oh my god, those were some bad costumes for like the stuffed animals or whatever.
I believe this was a made-for-TV movie. Remember?
This they were really bad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite costume, Rob?
Since he said those, I'm gonna go favorite costume has to be. I don't be knowing people's names like this, but y'all may dislike me, but my man's with the suspenders, the horrible best friend,
Georgie Porgy?
Georgie Porgy.
like you know,
Totally not Seth Rogen.
that was not Seth Rogen.
That's totally Seth Rogen.
No, that wasn't. No, I was about to, no, that wasn't Seth Rogen. That was. I would say that was one, and then for me, I would have to go-
Wait. For Georgie Porgy, did you guys ever catch in that movie? They dropped that he was like 300 and something pounds, 300 and plus pounds.
No.
They caught it at one point before he was having to crack into the car. He goes, I'm 300 and something pounds. No way is that man 300 pounds.
No.
It's how you carry it.
No, well, no way.
No.
220-ish, maybe something like that.
Remember, the camera adds the extra weight.
Even then with the extra weight, he was no 300
Where's
pounds.
he hiding it?
That man is not 300 pounds.
Well, I can tell you how some people hide it. Anywho, PG-13 conversations. Georgie, and then I saw this, which was hilarious, but it's more at the end. There was a Puss in Boots, and I was like, my
Okay.
guy.
All right.
I would say best costume for that because out of the fairy tale like genre, the Puss in Boots. Like I like Puss in Boots. I'm probably gonna see the Puss in Boots movie because I was like, I like him. You gonna say that, Mike?
I actually really enjoyed the first Puss in Boots, personally.
You're gonna see that in theater, Puss in Boots in
Yeah.
theaters?
The first one wasn't done that bad.
With who?
He's got nieces.
You
and
see that?
nephews.
That's called bait right there.
This is not what we're talking about.
Why not?
Well, where are we going?
And my
Puss in
third
Boots?
favorite outfit has to be if we go not into Toyland, but when we go into the store, Barnaby, before he became Barnaby, the store manager, he came in dipped.
Suit and tie.
He was like,
Yeah.
this is my department store. F that snow. I was like, man.
He's got the little crow feathers going
come
on.
on.
Man, in the department store, that's probably the scariest thing in this movie, actually, is that's probably like a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to everything else out there, that Barnaby is probably the most like real person in the
I mean,
movie.
dude's
Like a real
essentially
villain.
laundering money.
He's laundering money.
The currency is cookies. He's dumping cookies into his lair.
Well, I mean, as far as like the real life Barnaby,
Oh yeah.
he's probably like he's sleeping with his employees.
Oh, he was. Oh, that the
100%.
very first.
Oh, he'd 100%
Are
be
you-
a Harvey Weinstein.
yeah,
Are you
why-
saying toy stores don't make a lot of money?
Oh, they
Yes.
probably are. I mean, he's selling those ripped off teddy bears.
He's pushing those teddy bears.
He's
Mhm.
pushing those teddy bears.
And he was also pushing, you know.
He's pushing P.
he
He wasn't pushing that P, dog. He wasn't playing. What do you call it? What did he say to homegirl? He was like,
Hold on, I have it. I literally have it here.
oh, there you
Oh,
go.
snap.
Your job is to please me, which wouldn't be hard to do.
See how they get away with that too.
Weinstein.
Okay, really quick. Not gonna go too far from the movie critics or things like that. Keeping that same energy, I just watched like 10 minutes of like during like my work break today of like gaming culture, like video game culture for like women, and I just heard 10 minutes of like dudes being creepy, being like, "Why don't you come over here in this corner?" And like, "Your name is Potato. I want to be your tomato." And I was like, "Ew!" I'm like, "Ew!"
Oh yeah.
Ew. So when he said that, when you said that, Cost, it reminded me from watching that because like dudes be weird, and like that was like if we're talking about the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was real.
Or 80s. 80s.
This was 86. Yeah.
80s.
86, yeah, that was real for a lot of women who were working.
Exactly. And so it's probably happening today still.
Oh, 1,010%.
Yeah. So I think that's the most realistic villain. Like that's actually a realistic villain right there.
Yeah.
Creepily, but yeah.
Oh, well, those are my costumes.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. My number one costume, I'm going to go with, I think his name was Trolog. He was a one-eyed bird. It's a horrible costume, but I loved it.
That was a great scene though.
Where
Just the fact that this little guy like comes in and he's supposed to just like destroy them basically.
Yeah.
Like, eat them or.
He did a poor job.
he did a horrible job.
Yeah, I love how like in the end he goes, he doesn't take him that long. Something's wrong.
My number two, I'm gonna go with one of his henchmen, one of Barnaby's henchmen, the one with the really thick eyebrow.
Yeah, those two guys. They look like poor version of orcs.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Kinda, like more humanistic orcs.
My number three, I'm gonna go with Barnaby.
Barnaby with a coke finger and all. And which Barnaby? Because we already had the real life Barnaby. Are you going with the
I'm going Toyland.
Toyland
Barnaby.
Okay.
The dude's just living. He's rocking his crow. He's got his coke finger. Lives in a bowling ball
Like that.
house.
100%.
Yeah. Lives in a bowling ball house that he apparently rolls down the street and murders citizens of this town.
They couldn't. He's trying to like off his nephew so
Yeah.
he can have a cookie store, which is the currency.
Yeah.
I have words for that later, but I'll save that. But yes.
No, go
That was
ahead.
a-
Go ahead.
Go, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you
Dude,
sure?
we're free flowing here.
I had a running theme. I was like,
But you've got 30 seconds.
okay, it just bothered me that he was like, "You're my nephew, but I'm also trying to get your girl." Like, I was like, what?
So,
Medea movie is this?
well, let's go. I was thinking, so he's trying to get his girl. It's probably just to block him. First of all, 100% to block him.
Yep.
Secondly, I was thinking, why isn't the mom like stepping in and just saying like, "I'll sleep with you, Barnaby"? But I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, Barnaby doesn't want her because
He's too good.
obviously she is fertile and she has all those kids. Something's gonna happen
Every
He's
time
gonna
you
get
do
tied
something,
down.
there's a baby coming out.
I mean, just going into the play no games part. He's not trying to get tied down.
He said, I have no time to be Nick Cannon. She's Nick Cannon. She was popping those kids.
She was.
If he wants to repopulate Toyland, there's one way to do this.
He knew that if I was gonna get I can't go with her because if I go with her, I'm getting a kid. So nope, sorry, you won't work. Your daughter, she'll work.
Wow.
But who's not to say that her daughter's the same way? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Babes in Toyland too. Return of Barnaby.
Wouldn't that be great?
It gets bad.
Oh, you about to say something?
All right. So for me, number one was Humpty Dumpty
Oh, that poor guy.
sitting on the
Creeping
back
in
of the
the
wall.
background.
Nobody want to talk about him. They just dissed on him. But we're on characters, right? Yep. Costumes. I still think that was a great costume
Costumes.
for Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
That was great. Second, I'm gonna give it to the frog. That looks like from the hell
Sure.
comes to Frogtown. Just the helmet, everything. I know we
Yes.
trashed on how the animals looked, but I actually enjoyed the
It's
frog.
missing the dance of three snakes.
Yes. It just goes right over everybody else's head here, but it's okay.
I'll send it to you guys later.
Mhm.
upcoming podcast eventually or show. And then third, I would probably go with the toy maker. Just
Which version?
the,
As the toy maker or the Santa Claus?
as a toy maker. He looks
Okay.
legitimately like a guy that would sit there and make toys all day, like Geppetto. Straight up like a Geppetto.
I have a bad joke, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
No, go ahead. But
Say
you've got
it,
10
please.
seconds.
It's okay. So like, I like that there was the representation of an Asian Santa, but I'll just do the math for y'all. I'll let y'all do it. Asian Santa working workshop. I see what they were doing. Bad people. Bad. Nike, bad.
This is Mr. Miyagi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the next part where we move on to the next topic. Yay. Should we just go on to character?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with characters.
Characters. So your top 3 favorite characters. Go ahead and list them off. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. Georgie was my favorite character.
No, really?
Yeah, Georgie was my favorite character. I thought he was helpful at the beginning. He seemed like the hero throughout, the reluctant hero.
He
Actually,
kind of had that Neville energy.
Ah,
he did.
yeah, I
Yeah,
give you that. I give you
yeah.
that. Yeah.
and even actually, I'll save that from when we talk about favorite scenes. So Georgie's up there. Mary's up there.
Oh, Mary.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I thought she was.
It's a blindsiding like
Interesting.
cast right now. Okay.
Yeah, I thought she was vital to the storyline. And then finally, Mr. Miyagi as a toy maker. That one really threw me off.
They is there, and you're like, it's Pat Morita.
I didn't even know his name.
There you
It
go, Pat
threw
Morita.
me. That was the curveball of the movie for me.
So Pat Morita, he always gets put into these roles, but he was actually in a show back in the day where it's kind of like a Saturday Night Live skit, but he's actually from Detroit. So he literally has a Detroit accent and everything, but he always gets tossed into these roles. Like kind of just like ancient toy maker, ancient karate master.
The guy that played Barnaby was one of the leads in the TV show Soap, which was a soap opera parody. So
I could see
got
that.
another like long-running comedy heavy hitter-ish in the movie.
All right.
Yeah, those are my
top
3.
That's surprising. I did not see Mary coming on anybody's list.
Mm-mm.
Georgie possibly, but Mary, that was what?
Mary's surprising.
Why Mary?
Yeah.
Let's hear what. Yeah.
So I had to look up Mary, the actress. Found out that in real life she dated Brad Pitt.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, good for her. She's 59 now. Doesn't look as good as she did in that movie. And that's why.
Ouch. But that's why
She
because
was-
she
She
dated
dated
Brad
Brad
Pitt
Pitt.
in
She
real
just-
life. She's your favorite character in this movie, or second favorite character in this movie.
Everyone else is either dead or is Drew Barrymore.
I mean, we're
Or
not going to talk
Keanu Reeves.
about John Wick whacking goblins in this.
I thought he was kind of, I don't know. I didn't think his character. I thought Georgie was more of a hero than him in that movie.
Interesting.
Except for the final fight scene, I didn't think Jack or Keanu Reeves did that much.
Okay, I do.
I mean, he's
think-
not wrong, but
Oh, I mean, he just sat there with 2 police officers watching his girl get married, and then eventually fights him off and picks her up. I was wondering how far he was gonna get with those 2 goblin creatures next to him, and then Barnaby right there
right.
in the I don't know, the bowling ball rolling after him. I don't know what would have happened.
Oh, wait. The Cincinnati little girl,
Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, she's my number 1.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, she's my number 1.
This is what we get when we get guests. We just get random things.
And
Yeah.
then,
She was annoying as hell though.
She was 1,000%.
but
That's why I'm
that's why
surprised.
she was hilarious.
Fun
It's not
fact.
my favorite scene, but he's like, you ready to ghost ride the whip? And she's like, but I ain't got no license. He's like, just take this cookie. And she's like, swag.
The cookie license. That was good.
That was funny to me. I
The
enjoyed
cookie
that.
references were good. Also, want to throw in there Grand Cookie Larceny.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one got me
100%.
pretty good. That one got me pretty good.
So I'll say Lisa's character. I'll go more into that later. I'm saying my second favorite character. I would have to say it has to be the villains, like the little bird monster, and like I want to put the bird monster and like the tree things all together.
The little ant guys?
Yeah, like I found their characters very hilarious. Where it's kind of like they weren't top.
There
tier.
was personality to it.
They weren't top tier goons, but like they tried to get the job done, and I respect that.
They did terribly.
Well, look at
They
Barnaby.
literally gave up after toy makers like, hey, that's your problem.
I just feel like if they were really like off that real gas, you know what I'm saying? The real gas, because they was trying to save face. That's all I'm trying to say. I enjoyed all the monsters, and I would say, because I don't want to pick all the things. I want to at least like highlight other characters. I also agree with Cost. I didn't like Keanu Reeves. Like I was like, you a sucker. I'll also say that I'm not gonna say Georgie because I feel like other people are gonna say Georgie. I would have to say another person I would pick off that I would enjoy is Dark Horse, but I respect him. The motherfucking DA.
No, why?
The judge.
The
Why?
judge.
You want to know why? You want to
Yeah.
get paid off?
Yeah.
Cookies.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
maybe those
what-
cakes were for him actually.
He was
Oh.
like when she, what was the little joke she was saying? She was like, so her and like the judge had like an interaction, and like he definitely like got like a lick ran on him because they let Jack out, and instead of holding a grudge, he was like, God damn it, she got me. That little. I mean, we gotta cut that. Definitely gotta cut that. That little monster. And I was like, and he didn't hold a grudge at the end of the movie. He's like, no, you locked me up. All right, cool, whatever. Cincinnati. So I would say I like the judge. He was a man to his word. He was about his business. He was about his paper, and he was on whatever side was winning.
And I'll give it to. I'll actually go back to Lisa. She had that Cincinnati pride, and she carried that throughout the whole movie.
When they're in the prison and they're being like gassed and turning into monsters, I guess.
That was a great scene.
Really,
He
they're
starts
just
singing Cincinnati.
and cool.
I gotta start saying that when my days go bad.
You know what? All of a sudden you'll get that Cincinnati energy. Rob, you'll be okay.
You
Your
feel a
day's
little
great.
like flu coming on, like yeah, Cincinnati.
Just remember, Cincinnati will get you out of anything. And now we have boosted our Cincinnati followers.
Yes.
I just want to say, at the hour mark on YouTube, I put it at 1.5 speed. So that scene I was watching at 1.5 speed was unbelievable.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic at 1.5 speed of them singing, and then Georgie doing the ogre sounds. It's like whatever. It was amazing.
And
The
we
last
just-
10 minutes were on 2 times speed.
And now we just lost all of our Cincinnati followers.
Yep.
Because now they each admitted that you just skipped over their song.
So I was so curious about it. I had to go on Reddit and look up this movie and like what people have said about that Cincinnati song. And people from Cincinnati were saying like, dude, I didn't know this existed. people don't know about this. This could be a huge meme is all I'm saying. Like this could
Now we help the people of
Sweet.
Cincinnati.
this could be a good meme.
Joe Barrow needs this.
You know what? If you give him that song, he's MVP. He's winning the Super Bowl.
Hey,
He's making that extra pass in that Super Bowl last year and winning the game. He's putting the team on his back.
that was the speech I was missing.
He just starts singing the Cincinnati song, and he's there. Why does it have to be Joe Burrow?
Because he's a part of the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals.
So why can't it be like Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase?
Hey, look here.
Why couldn't it be the coach? What if the coach did that as a speech?
Hey, everyone needs a water boy speech.
What if the water boy did it?
Never mind. I've already got to cancel like 2 things I've already said. I'm not going to do the voice. I was about to
Just do it.
Nah, I'm good.
No, go ahead.
Because does anyone else want to do the Babu Shay?
It looks like
Cost wants to do it. Cost do it.
It's all you.
It's all you.
My mama said I. Okay, that's all you get.
there goes the other two.
Babu
followers.
Shay. Yep. Babu Shay showed up to the Bourbon Bowl.
Open a can of whoop ass.
We got some of that shit.
Adam Sandler's really good at playing people who are missing chromosomes.
Well,
We can keep that.
Adam
Have you guys watched? Sorry, this is complete side twist. Have you guys watched Howie Halloween?
Yes.
That's amazing. That's an amazing movie.
That's a good one.
Adam Sandler playing a guy who has special needs, hunting like monsters and ghosts.
But he's good at it.
That is actually like a Halloween tradition now for me. I watch that movie.
Oh, really?
It is so bad. It's good.
No, that one's fantastic. That's probably the best Netflix one he's made so far.
In my opinion, it is. It's not that it's good. It's that it's so funnily bad.
Oh, it's fun. It's
So
funny.
there's an interesting theory with Adam Sandler in his movies that, so you notice like it's always like the repeat cast that show up in all of his movies.
I
but
love
his
Rob
movies-
Schneider.
But his movies always take place in like the Caribbean, on a cruise ship, in Italy. So it kind of seems like he's allegedly, is the theory, getting studio money to go on vacation with his friends.
Yeah, all his friends play a part in all his movies, from Little Nicky to Big Daddy to Waterboy to every one of Adam Sandler's movies. You'll see at least 3 of his friends in the movie.
And they're all in like some super nice place that you'd probably want a vacation at. Just going to say, allegedly, we're not going to get into.
And Adam Sandler's never coming on the show now.
They weren't in Uncut Gems. Oh, I didn't see it. Damn it.
Uncut Gems is a good movie.
What's the one with him?
Shout out to Tracks NYC.
That one's so hard
what
to
was that
watch.
fucking basketball one he made?
Oh, with Juancho?
Yeah, they weren't in that one. I
didn't see that one actually.
Yeah,
That
they
one is
weren't in
actually
that one.
that one is really good.
I think Chris Rock
Nah.
was. Chris Rock was the only one. He was an agent.
Guarantee. What's his name? James? No,
Kevin James.
Kevin James is probably in that one too.
Kevin James ain't in it.
All I know is now in that because of that
Are you guys
movie
talking about Hustle?
Hustle.
Yeah.
Now when I play 2K, Juan Herman Gomez is on my team. All the
Juancho.
Ugh.
all the time. He's got to be on my team all
doing
the
in
time.
here?
Yeah, that's the guy who plays
He actually did a
It's
pretty
one of
good
the
job.
Hernan Gomez
Cruz.
brothers. Yeah.
Cruz is him. Yeah, you should have him for fantasy this week. He'll give you some points.
Toronto. All right, Andrew, who do you got? Top 3 characters, since we've had some wild cards already that I've not expected tonight, but
All right, my number 1. I'm going to go with Barnaby.
okay.
I don't know. He brought some personality. Yeah.
Mr. Coke,
He also did that.
bowling ball killer.
I don't know. He brought some sort of personality to the movie that was otherwise the flavor of oatmeal. Like
His singing was terrible though.
it was atrocious.
Right? It wasn't just I hate musicals, but I was like, man, this guy stinks.
I think all the singing in this movie stunk.
It's all bad, right? It's not just me hating musicals.
There's no
okay.
saving grace with the songs.
No.
They should have cut music out of it. 100%.
Also, like, it just didn't like fit in any of the scenes either.
I think it's actually based off of a Broadway play, so the musicals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it.
The best one was the Car Ride Cincinnati song. That was absolutely the best one.
In the very beginning?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of believable that like 4 people in a car singing a song together.
In Cincinnati.
Not about Cincinnati.
No, when you're in
No.
Cincinnati, you sing that song. We've established that.
That was
It's true.
that was the best song out of that whole movie. The rest of it was bullcrap.
It was not a good one. Not good for musics.
My number 2, I'm gonna go with Toymaker.
Okay.
I don't know. I enjoyed him. Seeing Mr. Miyagi as Asian Santa Claus. It's cool. And my number 3, that frog Sherlock Holmes.
Of course.
You know,
got
that's
it.
actually my number 3 too. I'm not gonna lie, that frog. You look at it, they look so happy all the time. I'm like,
There's like so many like frogs and bears and stuff, but there's one guy running around with like the little houndstooth hats and the little overcoat,
it's like
little pipe.
how can you look so happy knowing that you can be ran over by a bowling ball at any
Yeah.
moment? If you don't give this guy his Coke, or if you don't give this guy like your
Even at the
your
end,
daughter.
even at the end, like when everyone's fighting with the little like the int monsters, the guys in the ghillie suits.
they're smiling.
Yeah, everyone's just smiling.
And they're like, yeah, let's throw stuff at him. That's what they're doing.
That barrier didn't last long.
Or they're shooting. They're like, oh look, the toy
Yeah.
soldiers are shooting at him. Yay!
I like how it just like goes from like people in ghillie suits just kind of like throwing vegetables and fruits at the
antlers.
townsfolk. Yeah, at the townsfolk and stuff, and then the toy soldiers come with rifles and cannons and presumably just start killing
and it
people.
doesn't do anything. It
Yeah.
doesn't do anything to them. Like they shoot, and it doesn't seem like it affected any of those monsters. It's
They
just,
didn't. They were just like pushing them back. They were like,
yeah, sure,
They're
they're
pushing them back.
But when they shot,
Yeah.
the bullet didn't do anything. They're just kind of like,
Same with the cannon.
Imagine if it did just start getting really bloody at the end of the movie.
100% down for that.
Like
By the
like
way.
it almost wouldn't surprise me that just it becomes super gory at the end.
I thought it was funny too the way they were carrying people off, and you know what? Those characters were still smiling when they're being carried off. They're like, yeah, we're getting carried off.
You got me.
We're gonna go be a it now. Woo! That's my number 3 too, Mr. Smiley Frog.
Yeah.
I have Humpty Dumpty as number 1.
Of
That
course you
guy- Everybody's just dogging on Humpty the whole time.
Creature of habit.
Well, the
What's wrong
dude's
with
just
Humpty?
creeping in the background.
He's creepy. Well, he's on the wall, and they like talk smack about him.
Of course.
I feel bad for him. I don't know. I just like Humpty. And then number 2 is the toy soldiers.
With their horrified smiling faces.
Yes, because you know what? They ran those inside of the town with defective guns. They did nothing. Defective cannons.
See 'em both.
Did nothing. And somehow they're able to get rid of them. And at the end of the movie, one of them, who was it? Was it the toy master? Just looked at one of them and said, "Get him,
Yeah,
boys."
get him.
They
He just like pointed at one. He's like, "Get him, officer." It's like, how is he an officer? He looks like everyone else.
Exactly. He just like looked at him, and the other one's just like, "Let's get him, boys." And there they go.
And again,
And
they've got
Barnaby's scared of him.
guns, and they're not like at the end. They're not using them. They're just using the bayonets.
I thought
Again, because their guns are apparently useless. But
I thought it was very reminiscent that the cops that were running the town didn't do nothing. And then the
Nothing.
army came and was like, we gonna do your job. I was like, I don't know if this is a shots fired.
Wouldn't happen in
Unintentionally.
Cincinnati.
I was like, the bear cops, but that's all I gotta say. You know, y'all got a hard job, so let me make sure that's on tape. But you know, but I was like, man, very reminiscent of real life.
It's so funny because they were my favorite character because they
cop?
literally did nothing. Like
Yeah.
they tried to stop them from leaving, or the one bear tried to stop them from leaving into the forest, and he's like, "No, didn't move." They just moved the gate, and he's like, "No, don't go out there."
Yeah.
But didn't do anything.
Did
Like,
one of them pull out a baseball bat
after
during
they
that
leave
scene?
too, he's like,
I can't
"Oh."
remember.
yeah, and then he like one of them was like driving the car with the dude.
I love I love the cop cars just have like a giant cop hat. I was like
My next favorite characters were the people making the cookies. They were like the
The
happiest.
bakers.
The bakers. They were like the happiest people in the world, and he like blows the whistle for them to take a break, cookie break, and they just go crazy.
I don't think they could really like. I don't think they wanted to take the break.
No.
In all honesty, they're like, "Oh no, we gotta make some more." They probably stink some cookies in their pocket. They gotta make up for it because that's the currency. So
Yeah, and then my third one was also Humpty Dumpty because he was mighty creepy throughout this whole thing. He was just always in the corner doing something. In every scene, you just seen Humpty
he's
in
just
the
got
corner.
that blank expression, just staring at the camera.
and they hate him. They hate on him. And I don't know why. Just because he's sitting on his wall.
If there was a guy that just kind of followed you around,
He's
hiding
not
in
following.
bushes.
He's on the wall. You are talking right in front of him.
Okay, if there's a guy just sitting on a wall, just staring at nothingness, like, wouldn't you kind of like be a little worried? Like, does this guy have like some
I think-
voyeurism issues? Like, what's
I think I'd look at him and be like, "Alex from the Jungle Cruise." It's a little far comedy. So
I've never seen Jungle
Inside
Cruise,
jokes.
actually.
oh,
Oh,
no,
no,
this
no.
is
Did
from our
you-
podcast.
I've
Yeah,
listened to
no.
this, but I remember Alex from Jungle Cruise.
what's your
Freaking
thoughts? Let's
Alex.
get his thoughts about this.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
were a little
He's
hard
on
on
our top
him.
3
You
list.
guys were a
He's
little.
number
You
2.
guys were a little hard on Alex
Whoa,
from the Jungle
whoa,
Cruise. in my
wow.
opinion.
How?
Hey,
I wish he got wet socks. How's that hard?
He wanted him to go under and die under the machine of the
No,
boat.
no. I took that back. I said
that,
that, he
was
just
harsh.
I took it back. I said I hope he just falls over.
Dude, imagine you probably are hungover from the night before.
That's not my.
You're sick as hell, and you gotta go put on a fake ass smile for all these people, Disney adults, that are like, "Oh my god, this is like the specialist place on earth. Please make me laugh." Haha. Like, yeah,
You know what? You could have just said the same jokes with a smile and not have this voice the whole time, and I would have been perfect. I would be laughing like that, perfectly fine. But he had this voice the whole time, hungover. You know, it's his fault that he was hungover.
maybe he just didn't get his humor. Maybe it was more of a dry type of humor.
No, that wasn't dry type of humor. You saw that man's face. He had, "I hate my life."
How old
I
was
hate
he?
Disney.
I don't remember. How old would you say he was?
Probably around our age.
Okay.
So partying in California, sure. But you know what? He should have known better. He should have not drank, and then, especially when RJ was about to be on his boat, he should.
When RJ of all people.
No, he should have saved the drinks for on the boat.
Yeah, you know what? We could have had a party on the boat in Disneyland. We could have gotten off. We could have partied with the monkeys. We could have partied with the elephants, but nope. He just had to be hungover on my boat and give me a poor experience.
Well, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the Pirate of the Caribbean one more.
Over that ride? Yes. With
Yeah.
Alex? Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what? He's actually on Reddit as one of the worst.
You like posted about it?
No, he's just on there as one of the worst.
Oh, like he has a track record.
Yes, he has a track record. He has a track record of being bad.
Really?
So he
Oh,
is
okay.
a bad Jungle Cruise skipper. And
Alex, Jungle Cruise Disneyland stinks.
yes,
everyone knows
yes,
this.
he is top 2 hated on the Backseat Critics.
Number 1, Bob Choke Dick.
Bob Chopik.
Choke
Fair.
Dick.
That one went over my head. That one I don't know.
He is the
Former CEO of Disney and
Oh,
I remember that. Post.
Oompa Loompa cosplayer.
okay, yeah.
Yep, he's terrible. And then number 3 is the guy that's over here. Right now. Yeah, he's trying to make it up. We're respecting it, so.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, you know,
The villain.
it's better to be feared than love, right?
No, there's a difference between being feared and being on the top 3 hated list.
That's fine.
He's okay with it.
What the fuck are you doing?
But it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got scenes next, right?
Yeah, we got scenes. So
Wait.
we're just talking about like what our favorite scenes, what our favorite moments in the movie were.
Okay.
It could be best, could be worse, whatever.
I just had 2. One that made me really laugh was when
I said 3.
Oh. Okay. Wow. My favorite scene was when the trap door, not when they were putting the cookies in there, but like when they were like, all right, we're about to get this person.
Or they're trying to find it and they're waiting above for him to
they're
like, go
waiting
above.
above. Yeah, exactly. That just was very reminiscent of like Robot Chicken, Family Guy. Of like, there's this one like it was very nostalgic for me because staying up late to watch Family Guy was something I did in like middle school to like so we could say all the jokes. And there's this one Family Guy clip and it goes like this. I have 15 tickets. And he's like, sorry, little Timmy, you need 20 tickets to live. And he pulls a lever and he's like, ah! And that reminded me of that and like them being like bumbling fools. So I'll say that one was a really good scene.
It's impressive they pulled it off.
Oh,
Yeah,
top tier goons. You know, top tier.
top tier.
Top tier.
Would you hire them?
I would.
Okay.
Okay.
I would.
They got the job done. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They just had like a bad
The car chase.
day.
You don't want them to drive.
Don't want them to drive, but you gotta give them their track record because they had to make a name for themselves. So they just had a bad not a couple of days, bad like 36 hours.
Sure.
Okay.
Like they had to establish themselves, so they did some shit. Like they weren't this bumbling.
Well, they were feared, obviously, in the town. They were definitely feared.
Yeah.
And I think from all I can remember off the top of my head, I think the only thing that they really messed up was the car scene.
Oh, the car chase where they kept crashing into Barnaby?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can think of. I think outside of that, I don't think they really messed up.
Exactly, because he stopped them from putting his hands on the
The little girl?
yeah. Man, that sounds very weird.
Lisa.
It's
Drew
against me.
Lisa.
Barrymore.
Exactly. Because
Does it make you feel any better knowing that she was smoking and probably already into cocaine at that point?
probably.
Okay.
But like I remember this like one piece where like they were gonna like punch and he was like, oh, we're good. And he's like, you sure? Like I could mess him up for you. Like I could really like punch him because like Georgie felt like so much pride when he got him back when he made them hit each other. Because they beat him up like that. So that was one of my favorite parts of the scenes. And then y'all might say this is weird, but my second favorite scene is like when Lisa woke up and she was like, I have appreciation. Because watching the movie, I think a lot of people don't have appreciation for like being thankful. And even though she's like a kid and like it's okay to be a kid, but I feel like a lot of adults don't know how to be appreciative and thankful. So it kind of reminded me to be thankful. And she was just thankful of like, I can believe in something. Like, it doesn't have to be a toy. You can believe in something. Believe in your family. Believe in your purpose. So I like that. And
Really quick on that scene, real quick. I believe Koss mentioned it earlier, that she didn't notice them in Toyland. But at the end of the movie, when she's waking up from that dream, she was just like, and you were there? And you were there? And you were there? So she recognized them, but not necessarily as the person that they were.
Do you think they wrote that in later?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
They're probably like, we got to make this a little cheesy.
They're like, we gotta, otherwise.
Cheese it up.
Yeah.
I think to go with Robert's point too, before the toy master made her believe in order to bring the soldiers to life, I think that kind of ties into what your aspect of like just believing in something maybe bigger than yourself, believing in something that it has a purpose for something outside of your control sometimes it's very important, because what you can bring to life can save someone else, or it can save this imaginary place, or save someone from something that is more treacherous than you might understand. So that's kind of, I like how you said that, because that's what that aspect of things showed me during that process of that, which, kind of makes this a good movie in a sense.
I'm not watching this ever again. I'm okay.
You're lying. You're lying. You're watching the director's cut.
He's been watching
Tonight.
on Christmas and
I'm
every
watching
year.
Jim Carrey Grinch.
Oh.
That was actually a solid movie, too.
Just quickly, I like when she woke up. I'm going to spoil it. But when she woke up, she was in her house. After flying out of the Jeep, hitting the tree.
She wasn't in the hospital.
They didn't bother taking her to the hospital at all.
Yeah, I thought that too, where her mom was like, oh, so worried you weren't going to wake up.
Yeah.
But
I was
you're
like,
in the house.
she was just on the couch. What'd you
Yeah.
Well, they're just going to sit there and be like, oh, sorry, you're in a coma, Lisa. And we don't have the hospital devices to save you.
A classic Cincinnati moment right there.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you have a number 3?
Oh, I
Are you
good?
Are you tapping out at 2?
oh my gosh.
Are you tapping out?
Favorite scene, them getting in the motherfucking cookie cars and fucking peeling out doing donuts. I said, all right. I was waiting for what's his name? Vin Diesel. Family. I was waiting
Can
for
you
him to
imagine
pull
if he
up.
rolled up just in his Mustang too?
Exactly.
Inside,
Making little bloopy sounds.
Exactly.
he's got like Michelle Rodriguez on the other side, just capping everybody driving by.
Are they like Fast and Furious like 11 now?
Something like that, yeah.
12. When Cookie Land needs a savior.
And then there's 2 spin-off movies now, too, of that, which is nuts.
There you go. But hands down, they ain't fucking with Toad because he's the best. That's all I gotta say.
Toad just rolls up, throws some mushrooms at him.
Yeah, that's all.
Throws the
No.
bananas on the ground.
No,
runs
Yoshi.
away.
But those are my
Yoshi's
scenes.
number 1.
All right, I'll go with my top 3 scenes. First one, when Georgie gets Jack out of the jail. He's like, oh, I'm not really the type of hero. And then Jack, of course, has to make a fat joke and say, we could get 3 heroes out of you. I thought that was so
So
just.
many in these movies.
There were so many fat jokes, and they were ripping Georgie a new one. So I had to throw that in there.
I
That
feel
was
like this movie would've
so
been
uncalled
canceled
for.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Nowadays, this movie would be canceled.
Yeah. My second one, kind of an obvious one, but the part where they're getting gassed. We talked about this, where they're getting
gassed.
gassed. Yeah. And Lisa says,
They're singing
I'm
Cincinnati.
immune because I'm from Cincinnati.
And then the faking of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then and all
The
that.
fake, oh, we gotta act like monsters. It's
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed they didn't even bother like throwing on some like twigs or something, just like pretend like, oh, they're turning into something.
I like
They're
the Drew
just-
Barrymore into in the end. She's like, "Yes, master."
Yeah.
What are you doing? Stop that.
That was bad.
That's what I thought. I was like, you need to stop.
She
kept going.
That was bad. And then the last scene I liked was seeing John Wick throw some hands at the end.
Oh, finally, after the whole movie. he
After
actually
the whole
gets to be the hero.
movie, we finally got to see Keanu Reeves.
Can you imagine if he had a
actually throw some
dog in this
hands.
movie and they
Mm.
took his dog? They
Dude,
killed his dog in this
Missed
movie.
opportunity right there.
This is the real.
everyone keeps
backstory.
asking me, am I back?
See,
Before he went to the association,
he had to take out Barnaby first. That's the first hit. Well, you got scenes?
Go for it.
Let me go first.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna dig the Lion King moment that we have not touched based on, basically at the very end where Barnaby's getting kicked out and Drew Barrymore's like, it's his fault. He's the one that threw you guys in the woods.
And that's the only thing that turns all his thugs on him?
Yeah. That's like the hyenas in the Lion King. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Straight up Lion King. That's a straight up Simba move.
Oh, I could definitely see how you see that now. I was like, what do you mean Lion King mode?
Also, like, couldn't you avoid the whole, like, toy soldier situation and, like, throwing tomatoes at each other situation by just pointing Barnaby and saying, like, it's his fault you're like that? Problem solved.
Sure.
Why do we need to bring out the toy soldiers? Why do we need to bring out the cannons?
That brings me to my second favorite scene, which is the toy soldiers, just because of the way Mr. Miyagi, Santa Claus, marched. If you just watch that guy and how he walked out, that was the greatest march in the world. Like,
100%.
I'm watching it, I was just like,
100%.
he had a little skip to it. And I was like, okay, that could be the next. That was he was almost doing the jerk out there. And out there, like if he did the dip with it, the jerk was invented before our time, right there.
I was really feeling like I wanted to re-edit that into some World War II footage.
He could have done it the way he was doing it, like. That just the march right there. You're trying to think of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You had a little bit of.
I missed it.
Yeah.
The march was fantastic.
I missed it.
So confident.
My third favorite scene is just the whole toy store dynamic that happens when he tries to open up the door and he goes, "Oh, it's not gonna snow, blizzard," and then all of a sudden the doors open, and then they cut the net.
Oh yeah,
animals on him and drops all over him.
He's
and
like, ah.
All right, and then just how they play the pranks on him.
Do you notice that at the end of the store scene, the security door outside, the little metal roller?
Yeah, that was because of
It was
Barnaby.
like halfway down.
Barnaby did that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he does that.
Okay,
He pours it down a little bit because of the snow. For a second there, I thought he was trying to trap everybody in the store. He's like,
That's what I was thinking.
You ain't out here unless you're buying one of my teddy bears.
It's like this far off the ground. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean,
Buy my stuff.
he's picking out his next victim too at the same time.
Buy my stuff or sleep with me.
That's what he's just
Shit.
he can't tell you that. But just the whole thing, and then the fact that Jack even comes up and goes, "Guys, we can get out of here in the middle of the shift. We can get out of here. I got a Jeep."
Yeah.
You're in the middle of a shift, my guy.
They're just leaving.
I guess the Toy Story.
But it's okay. Cincinnati.
When she walks out the sled, she didn't even buy the sled. She just walks
robs
out
it.
She goes, "You can take it out of the salary." He goes, "You got to sue me for the other."
I like that toy scene too, because right in the beginning he was like, Jack was like talking to her about, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to the boss and tell him what it is," and then he comes over and he goes, "You can do that. I'm gonna go." Like he just like chickened out hella quick when the boss was coming over, and it was just like, how you gonna stand up and be this tough guy and all of a sudden now be this runner from this boss dude that you wanted to speak so badly about?
Exactly.
Right. Also, piggybacking off that, can we talk about also just being tough people? Santa Claus / Toymaker having all the evil in the world just in a fucking cupboard with one lock on it. Yeah. That's
work.
He's in Toyland though.
real dick
Besides
move.
Grand Cookie Larceny, what other crimes are being committed?
Real dick.
But you've got this guy rolling his house down the hill, murdering people.
He's heard about this multiple times. She's like, I just have all the evil and darkness in a cabinet, and I'm just not gonna put this person inside of here, or I'm not gonna take away because
mismanagement.
Exactly. Because I will just say this: I was thinking before the movie ended that they were gonna suck all the evil out of Barnaby and put it in the bottle. And
Oh no, that man drank it all.
Yeah.
Oh, now he was
He
sipping
got
that
tipsy
lean.
off of it.
Yeah, he was sipping that lean. It's dirty.
It's a
Sprite,
shame
legendary.
we didn't see the toy maker drink some.
Jack just takes match evil with evil. And that's the legend of John Wick. He finally grows the confidence to stick up to Barnaby, and there we are.
Snap. There we go.
We bet a better movie
Yeah.
than the dog from
100%.
high school.
Trying to tunnel his way out.
The feral kids from Zombie 3 in the woods are
The
coming out.
Wendigos. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't front. I don't know where that comes from.
Welcome to the Backseat Critics,
Yeah.
Fair
where we
enough.
review bad movies, including
Movies
Zombie
you
3 and High School
steer clear
Musical.
of. I'm learning new shit.
All right,
All right.
you got top 3 scenes to go?
Yeah. So my number one is going to be when Trolloc the one-eyed bird tries to kill the kids, I guess, and accidentally frees them, and then gets his eye painted over and shoved into a cupboard. Just because it was so stupid.
Just like jumping around. And he's like, I don't care. It's like, you are a bird, my guy. Take him out.
F material. No,
F?
I agree. Yes, he had one job and he fucked it up.
He was doing the best that he could.
They were tied up. Well, you have a beak that could probably poke through a
And
piece of toilet paper. At best.
Single ply only.
Aim for the eyeball, my guy.
Also, they painted his eyeball. Like, what kind of messed up stuff is that?
They're monsters.
He had zero reaction when the eyeball was painted. He was just like,
He's
I
still
can't
bouncing
see.
around.
Exactly. I can't see, but this is okay. He's just jigging with
I
it.
like how that's what they thought too. They're like, let's just take some paint to this bird's eye.
Also, like, I loved his character just because, like, it reminded me of something that would be in Big Trouble in Little China. In, like, the sewer where they
A
come
little bit.
with that tentacly eyeball monster.
You look like a monster out in Narnia.
Yes. Yes.
I could see that, yeah.
One of the
Yes.
monsters out in Narnia. Or he could be a never-ending story.
Would you like some Turkish delight?
Oh, Narnia reference in there.
Oh,
Okay.
I need to catch up on my Narnia. I haven't seen it since it came out.
You didn't miss nothing. Betrayal, white privilege.
More of that.
One more.
Liam Neeson's.
A real nigga died, came back. You know what I'm saying?
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping, regular stuff. You ain't missed nothing. But that couldn't be my brother. We get lost in some strange world. You sell me out for a woman and some snacks? Get out of here, goofball.
My number 2, I'm going to go with when they were in the jail and getting gassed and that Cincinnati song. I think
Okay.
it was so ridiculous, and them trying to do troll voices at the beginning before singing was just absolutely ridiculous.
I think it's funny too is that they just get out just enough to turn their backs and then dart.
Yeah.
And then the whole chase scene after, just through the swamplands, it's just like, what is going on here? It's like the
What do you
guy's like,
think-
I smell them.
What do you think the budget was for, like, the movie?
I don't know, close to Power Rangers. Probably.
What? You talking about Ivan News?
No, but I mean, no, I wasn't saying like they smell like teens, but I mean, Power Rangers, the whole show, the budget was very, very small.
Really?
Yeah.
Super small.
The
whole
only
time.
it was all reused footage from Japan.
Like we could
But-
afford
And then the
to pay to.
oh, you got the budget?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Budget was $3 million.
That is
For this
higher
movie?
than I thought.
Yeah.
I was about to say
Babes in
Power
Toyland.
Rangers, but they
No, he's talking about Babes in Toyland. Is that
Yeah,
right, Cross?
$3 million USD.
I think I remember reading that.
It was filmed in Munich.
Really?
The movie was filmed really.
Filmed in Munich. Yeah.
Because the whole thing looked like a soundstage.
I thought it was just a stage in Hollywood,
exactly disrespectful.
and we just lost our Munich followers.
Yep.
Okay.
Fine, as long as we keep Ireland.
We love you, Ireland.
Munich's just so much better than Ireland.
Okay, we
No,
might
no,
have
we're
just
going to
been-
stick
Sorry.
up for our Ireland friends.
For all
here.
the people that live in Belfast, I'm sorry. You have to live in Belfast, Ireland.
Well, you know what? They're listening to us, so I'm not sorry.
yeah, they're getting great they're getting content.
Don't speak. Do not speak curses on yourself. They're getting great content.
It wasn't curses. I just said they're getting content. That's fact.
That is, but you initially started with great content.
Well, I didn't want to toot my own horn.
You can. It's a part of it.
All right.
Beep beep.
My number 3 is going to be the opening scene when they're in the car singing also the Cincinnati song, and
Jesus, lights out.
and the little girl just dies.
She didn't die.
She's dead.
She's alive.
She's dead. 100% dead.
No, she's
Alright.
dead.
So I think that's
How,
everybody.
also, like, really quickly, off topic, how close was the house to the toy store, and how bad was the blizzard? Because they said the blizzard was really bad.
Yes.
The TV went out 'cause I don't know. The antenna fell down. the phone lines fell down, and then she ran to the toy store in the blizzard that also knocked down these poles. Like, what are we doing?
And honestly, the weather that they're having, Portland would have been shut down for days. Let's be honest. Already getting here, we're shut down.
So that really confused me because she ran there, and then it took them twice as long to get back to their house in the car. So I'm like, she must have not have ran there or something.
streets.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, like something's going on there because
She was like a kids next door kid, or like if y'all remember
Number
that
one.
one video game. It's called Walking Dead, and like there's like a guy and a little girl, and like she like you're playing as a little girl, and she does everything for all the adults. That's how I contribute her to Clementine. It's in the Walking Dead video game. If anyone's played, it's like you choose, but yeah,
Are you
Clementine.
sure it's
I thought
the
you were
Walking
talking
Dead?
about Last of
Yeah,
Us.
it says
Yeah,
Last of Us.
yeah.
okay.
Clement dog. I call it
I
Clement
was
dog.
like, what is he talking about?
No, yeah, because
I gotcha.
but no, yes.
But yeah, no, that is like, how far away is a toy store? How
She's got
bad
the
is
back streets.
how bad is this blizzard if it's knocking down like poles and stuff? But she, a 90-year-old girl, can run across town apparently.
In the woods, too, because she
Yeah.
fell out of the seat in the woods.
No,
That's even
at
better.
the beginning before she arrived at the toy store.
Well, yeah, I know, but when she ran there, the way they drove back, they're going through woods.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
So she must have ran through the woods at some point.
Mm.
In the snow, in the dark, uphill both ways.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. If you want to see a better visual media with a kid almost dying and having most of the story take place in a coma, check out Over the Garden Wall.
Or Wizard of Oz? No, sorry.
Also,
If we're talking about
Rich
alternative,
Terabithia.
if we're talking about alternative Christmas movies to watch instead of this one, I'd like to throw out Jack Frost.
Wait.
which
Whoa.
one?
The Killer Jack Frost?
Yeah,
one?
see, I just
No.
watched that the first
No.
time.
The one with Keaton.
I think the one with Keaton where he's the snowman.
The dad. And
The dad is
this
the
the dad?
snowman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is sad. It is a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Did you cry?
I did.
You need a hug?
No.
Okay.
So,
Come on, group hug.
Afterwards, I'll take it.
because we have a little crossover going on, we'd like to add this a little bit to the show to give a little shout out here. What are we playing no games about with this movie?
The best movie ever made.
We are playing no games about not watching this again. So, I'll tell you that.
Hey, man. Hey, this actually might be the worst movie I've ever watched.
Oh, really?
It's up there.
oh.
No.
It's up there for me.
No.
You need to come to the Backseat Critics more
Yeah.
often.
All
some
to
I'd
say-
love to be back. Actually, this was pretty fun.
Yeah, we'll. I gotta be back for a different movie. I feel like I agree as well.
Like for example, like The Room. The Room is a much worse movie than this, but The Room makes you laugh the entire time. This didn't even make me really
What
laugh.
was his name?
Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
You guys have to
Guy's
watch that, by the way.
completely unaware of
seen The
like,
Disaster
why
Artist.
he's-
Yeah. Yeah, no, but that movie makes you laugh the entire time. This one is just bad. And the music. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Playing no games. I'm not watching it again.
I'm
Definitely
playing no
not.
games about Made in Ohio.
Cincinnati.
I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep those cards tight. Made in Ohio. God bless all the Cincinnatitonians.
I'm gonna play no games about the fact that they have cookies and cake as their currency. That still shocks me to this day. That's a way. Inflation is never a problem,
It's
but also diabetes is also a bigger problem.
Yeah, because like
for
you
them.
stay home 12 hours, you can bake up yourself some money.
Yeah, and then you get the
no poverty.
Truly recession proof.
I mean, the next thing that comes out though is insulin for them.
A lot of legs and feet. A lot of legs and feet. Mama.
I want to know how much a cake is still worth, by the way.
Huh?
They're tossing cakes in that one scene when they're hiding all the cookies or stealing all the cookies.
Yeah.
And there's a cake in there, a couple cakes. So I want to know if a cookie is one type of currency and they're baking cakes in there, how much is a cake worth?
Also, what do they eat? Do they eat the cookies? Is that like a solve for inflation?
When a dime, does it turn into a dime bag? Does it turn into like a 3/4 of a cookies bag? Or how does that work too?
Are there just crackers?
Also-
There's that giant cookie. There's a giant cake that she lands in at the very beginning.
What
That's
if
like
What if you're
5 feet
gluten?
tall.
What if you're gluten intolerant?
Also, it looks like government paperwork is cookies, like driver's license. So that's not
Yeah.
currency.
And then you got grand lease.
Imagine having your driver's license on money.
Yeah, like could you like make up your own driver's license at home? Just like put some frosting on it.
And throw it to like a underage kid to drive.
Wow.
You give it to Humpty Dumpty so he could finally do something.
My guy. That guy's the real hero of this movie. He even sat there during the fight and he didn't fall off.
No,
This is not the story where he fell off. This is not the story where the
missed
Kingsman
opportunity.
put him back together.
Shattered
again.
Humpty Dumpty.
He is still alive and this is before he was shattered. You got one?
I don't.
Do we have saving graces? That's another thing we like to do here is saving grace. Is there anything that saves this movie at all whatsoever?
So yeah, so we lump in like saving graces with kind of like final thoughts.
Yeah.
Rate it with, I don't know, whatever out of 10, whatever out of 5, however you want to rate it.
You can rate it 1 beer, 2 beer, 3 beers. You have to be like a whole pack deep to be able to watch this movie. That's fine too.
Yeah.
You have to be, even if drinking is not going to be a possibility and there's no amount of liquid to get you, maybe some mushrooms if you want to go down that route.
Wow.
But that's on you.
So
I hear there's a hot psilocybin place in downtown.
Now we have a sponsor.
there you go.
You're gonna cut that out.
Okay.
So when I went down the rabbit hole of Reddit in this movie, someone said that a really great idea is to do a drinking game where you drink every time they say Cincinnati. So I think that might be the saving grace of this
10
movie.
minutes, you're hammered.
If I'm giving it out of 10, man, this is a 1.9 for me right here. It's not even a 2. It's a 1.9.
Okay.
This is a hefty swing and miss. Shout out to Pete Rose. They made the Pete Rose reference in the movie too.
They did. You know, that's actually a great scene is how she caught starts dropping all the Cincinnati history on the mayor just to steal the keys so Georgie can go steal that. But I thought it was so funny. She drops Pete Rose. He goes, "Tell me about this hero, Pete Rose."
Yeah, and he's like,
now-
Barnaby's like, "Oh, you must be." Someone's like, "You must be big fan of Pete Rose," but this is all before the big like gambling scandal too, when Pete Rose was like a hero in
I
Cincinnati.
was like, now he's a villain.
Now you can't walk through that city.
Yep.
So what you're saying is this movie aged well?
No.
No, none of it. Specifically, the sports references.
Saving graces for me. No saving graces for me.
Ouch.
Not even the fact there's Keanu Reeves.
No,
Not even the fact there's Drew Barrymore.
no,
Not even the Coke nail.
no.
The monsters.
The bowling ball.
Humpty Dumpty.
Do it for Humpty.
No,
Grand Cookie Larceny.
The hole in the wall that you're gonna put in for us so we start filling.
no. I would say the if I had to give any saving graces, what it is attempting to do, and it is trying to let people know the importance of believing in something. I've said that was pretty good because I'll just say this. Now sometimes movies struggle with giving a message because like they'll like put it right in your face like, make sure you care about this, and you're at the beginning, you're like, oh my gosh, and this one was like you were massaged into it. We're like, I will say that. But if I had to give it an out of 10, because I can't give it out of 5 because it'll be a 0.05, I would say 2 out of 10.
2 out of
You
10.
might want to redo your math there because you said 0.05
So they'd be a
out
1.
of 5, but you did 2 out of 10.
It's because this is the Keanu factor. I get it.
2 out of 10.
All right.
2 out of 10.
What you got?
I'm going to say, compared to our other stuff, this was more entertaining to watch than High School Musical. 100%. 100%.
No, 100% disagree. High School Musical is way more entertaining. than this.
Whoa, wait.
No.
I hate High School Musical. but-
I hate High School Musical, but I would have rather watched High School Musical than this.
No. High
You
School Musical
grew
is
up around that. You were the age like that they were targeting for
Yeah,
High School Musical. So I
Exactly.
understand actually cost loving High School Musical over this.
okay.
No.
Not loving,
Yes,
but
he
the
loved High School
nostalgia.
Musical over
The
this.
nostalgia
He had
in
the
me
Zac
would have.
I can
Efron
get the
poster. I get
nostalgia.
it.
Yes,
He had the Ashley Tisdale poster. I get it.
yes. But no, High School Musical I think is much more enjoyable than this movie,
Oh.
even to laugh at.
No.
Way more memes.
No.
I would agree.
I disagree.
More memes.
I disagree.
I've shown you the clothes swap gay scene in High School Musical, Andrew.
Curious, but all right.
I
Lost Robert. But no, I'm standing by this. This was more entertaining than High School Musical. It was bonkers. It was stupid. They were maybe trying the best that they could with the $3 million that they had.
A small loan of $3 million.
Really felt like it was like $1 million tops. I don't know. I would say I want to give it a 4.
A 4?
I'm going to give it a 4. It's a good. Not good. It's a. Out of the ones that we've watched, it's one of the better ones to watch if you're sick or you're somewhat inebriated.
Sick in the head.
We can't have these guys on again. But as far as Saving Graces go,
Offended. I was a great guess.
You were.
yeah,
Thank you.
You were. You're
yeah,
very,
absolutely.
You actually.
Yeah, you and AJ were fantastic.
You guys did very well, just breaking in the fact that for a first guest, and it was very, very nice. So it was very, you guys were a very great guest.
But yeah,
Except for the end here, where you chose to put in High School Musical over this movie,
yeah,
and then
that
not
was,
put in the wall in your hole in your wall. So, but we get it, It's okay. One day we'll get there.
But Saving Graces, there's not many.
See.
I think there is. The cookie.
The cookies. No, get out of here with the cookies.
No.
I'm gonna go with. It's a fine kids movie to watch. If your kid's like 6, it's something fine for them to watch. I don't know.
I would say the saving grace in this movie would be the fact that this movie can obviously be rewritten, redone a lot better nowadays. This could be a pretty good movie, I think. Just the story of it, I think, could be done a lot better right now.
I think if they animated it,
Yeah, or CGI,
I think maybe there's some saving grace.
Rewrite
Stop motion.
rewrite some of the
Stop motion.
lines.
Yeah.
Like Tim Burton stop motion.
No, he's thinking of more
No.
like the Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so like something
like
close
Shaun
to
the
that.
Sheep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that I think would have been better.
but I think this has a lot of potential. Like, it could be a pretty good movie with today's world and today's actors. I thoroughly enjoy this movie, actually, from my childhood. So I actually have some. As a kid, it caught my attention when I saw these goblin creatures. That's where I first caught it, was the goblin creatures against the toy soldiers, and that was the first time I saw it. Like just the ending of that, and I was just like, "What is going on?" And as a kid, I was obsessed with sword fighting and everything. So, from my standpoint, I actually really enjoy this movie just because of the childhood aspect for me. But I know it's a terrible movie, 1,000%, but it gives me that childhood aspect, and I do think it could be done a lot better. I enjoy the
100%.
story behind it, like the actual story that goes on. So I think it could be done. Yeah, that's my closing thoughts on this movie.
I actually saw this first time junior high. Stayed home, sick, with a fever. Perfect time to watch a fever dream movie.
You both are creatures of habit.
When you're like 5 and you see this movie and you're like, what are these things? And what is this? There's monsters and they're getting attacked and killed. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. What?
This was my first time seeing it.
Yeah, this is probably a bad first time to see it, but
Never saw it. Never saw it as a kid growing up. My sister walked in while I was watching it. Watched 5 minutes. She said, I can't watch this," and she leaves. She leaves. I was, "No, Julia, please stay with me, please." I don't know if I'm watching it again.
There's other renditions of this movie too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's the
No.
older one in the 60s.
I'd rather
61.
watch
There's an animated version.
What's that Adam Sandler animated movie? 7 Crazy Nights.
Yeah.
Eight Crazy Nights. I'd rather watch that.
I just watched that movie too.
That movie's funny.
Yeah.
Also, have you guys seen Friday After Next?
Yes.
It's so funny.
Yes.
Yeah, that's perfect time to end the podcast. Yeah, here you
What,
go.
Friday after next?
No, that too, but like,
I'm talking about niche Christmas movies.
yeah.
Yes.
I shut it down. Yeah. I took the fun from it. Fun police.
All right.
So,
Do you have anything else you'd like to add to this podcast now, since we got the crossover at all?
Any movie recommendations?
Any
TV
shout outs?
recommendations?
no, I think more or less shout outs. Shout out to you guys. One, yo, they have dope content. Whoa, words did not leave my brain to my mouth. I said something, it just didn't come out of my mouth. True crime podcast, all those things are out there. Movie critic podcast, the whole genre, it's there. These guys are going places that nobody thinks they should go, and they make it their own.
We'd rather not go there.
Okay, so if you are wanting more,
Can I have a
please,
flashlight and a
please.
blanket before we go there, actually?
They
Pack me some
are
cookies.
our brother,
Chamomile tea.
our brother podcast. So when you're not watching Play No Games, you can watch the Backseat Critics. They're going to breathe nostalgia down and through your body. Where can they find y'all?
We're on Instagram as the Backseat Critics, all one word. We're also, you can look us up on YouTube, Backseat Critics,
Google Podcasts, Spotify.
Yep.
We're on
Apple
there.
Podcasts, Stitcher, Pocket Cast.
Just look up the Backseat Critics. Right now, I believe we have a white couch, blue logo, and crazy little colorful things around it.
For a little icon. Yeah.
So, Play No Games about pressing that like button, that subscribe button for both of us. And as we close out the year, we have to close it out with, getting our hands dirty by being some critics. So, whoa. Costa, would you like to say something? AJ, would you like to say something?
Before we push to the ending of the show, I thought we wanted to talk about the relationship aspect of Jack and what's her name?
Barnaby
Mary?
or Mary? Okay.
Because
I'm disinterested in that.
Whoa.
But I feel like it's a fight in real life, and it's a fight to be together in this Toyland world. So it was like this aspect of like fighting for the one you love the most, doing what you have to do, or doing what you should be doing in order to get that person. And ultimately, he wins the girl in both aspects, not only in real life, but in Toyland.
What about the relationship aspect between Lisa and Georgie?
See, that was weird. we had this conversation. We had this conversation in the car on the way here,
Yes.
and that was creepy to me because he seemed like he was probably like 18 years old, and she was like
12?
11.
She was 11.
Great outro. Great outro.
And it just wasn't.
Oh, trust me, by this point, we have 0 listeners.
Nobody
Cut this to the
listens.
beginning.
Nobody listens to this anyway. But it just was weird. It was creepy. They did it from the beginning. They were singing in each other's faces to holding hands throughout Toyland, running.
I think
amok.
Georgie goes back and finds her after college.
Well, if you like what we're doing, you have
We're continuing.
okay. If you like what
No,
we're
I think
doing,
AJ brought up a good point here with George.
no. If you like what we're doing, please follow us on all streaming platforms: YouTube, Instagram, sometimes Facebook. Lookhere.fri. We're closing the year off with style, with some great guys, a great last guest, and we can't wait to have you on next year.
We got to invite
Oh, wow.
For
Wait till the
another-
camera turns off.
Yeah. He's like,
another
nope, here's
season.
some notes for you.
Yeah.
We might have to do Windy Woo or something.
We already did that.
Well,
No, I'm thinking.
or Luck of the Irish.
Hell Goes to Frogtown.
Luck of the Irish, please. I want to be there for that one.
Jamal's already called dibs.
On Luck of the Irish?
Yeah, Jamal's
Yeah.
called dibs.
Jamal, fuck Jamal.
RJ? How goes Frogtown?
No, not yet.
Any announcements for y'all?
Actually, yes. We'd like to bring on a pretty good announcement that we got going on. We will be doing an award podcast later on this year.
Very soon.
Very soon, we are going to be having a vote on our Instagram for top actors, or actually probably just our top characters, scenes,
Sets, and I think, was it actors, sets, scenes, and movies?
characters.
Characters?
And just let us know. Just vote on it. We'd like to get everybody's votes, just to help us vote, and we'll have a nice surprise little show at the end.
Yeah.
At the end, or start next year, hopefully around the Oscars time.
Oh, damn. Well, this is Cartier Bob.
We out.
All right.